Hello. Welcome to cat game. You adjust you. My voice takes priority. How else are you going to hear all my funny ha-has? Hello, hello, I hope you are good. Today we are playing the game about cats because it came out and Darcino threatened to remove my spine and slap me around the face with it if I didn't play something other than Pathfinder. So, whoa, prattling native. Prattling, how fucking dare you? Have you know, I come from Mars. Yes, I'm an Englishman. I'm a regular English fella, not an Jesus Christ, he just looked at me like, dude, shut the fuck up, play the game. Alright, we're gonna play the game. Hello, Farah. Welcome. This is game about cats. I know nothing about this other than it's a cyber kitty in a scary, scary world. Much like me. The title of my life story will be Little Pussy in a Big World. Available on Amazon and all bad book retailers now. Now I'm just gonna flat out admit it upright. I'm more of a dog person. You know? Don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against cats. I think cats are adorable. My brother has a cat called JD, and he is the cutest, most adorable little motherfucker you've ever seen. He'll walk around, he'll let you give him head scratchies. He'll do that thing where he pushes up against your legs and he goes... Look at this fella. Thinks he's hot shit because he's a cat. Ah! And his eyes even do the... Oh, he's definitely a robot, look at that. If it's a big project from Makanisha, it doesn't have stuff for me to draw this week because one last one was big, so I'm just chilling. Oh, excellent, dude. Excellent. I'm glad to hear your art stuff's like picking up, man. You have the talent. You have the skills. You have the simp. All of these things are essential ingredients to be a good artist. But can you draw hands? Oh, he plays with his tail. Oh, look at him. He goes, "Oh, fuck off. Yeah, me." Oh, we got a bit too on the face of that. Alright, now piss off. Hello. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Oh, look at it, instantly rolling over. I didn't know I was playing as no bitch-ass bottom cat. Nah, that's very cute. Look at that. Oh, he's adorable. Now jump to our deaths. Jump. I'm your master, I command you. It's alright, you'll land on your feet. Oh, make a little snuggle. Sleep. Cats don't take full damage. Yeah, I thought that too until I dropped one out of a... I mean, there's got to be a limit, you know. There's got to be a certain height that a cat could fall from. I feel like scientists have done this kind of stuff. Probably for Lucci. You know, we can run experiments where they put locusts, like, into... Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't locusts. I think it was some kind of flesh-eating, like, bug or virus. Is that a famous picture where they got the dogs into the things over their heads and they put the flesh-eating bugs to be like, does this hurt the dog? There's got to be at least one scientist that at some point in history has thrown a cat out of a plane. Hello. Whee. Oh, giving me real Nier Automata vibes. Yeah, you can tell there's definitely a mystery afoot here. Oh, controller vibrated. I didn't think that was possible when it's streaming. I'm playing on Dosina's PS5 for this. She also has PS Plus Premium. So we get all the good shit. I mean, look at Cat Facts World. The average fall was 5.5 stories. Of the 115 cats today, 90% survived, including one cat that fell 32 stories onto a sidewalk. What? Suffered only a mild chest injury and chipped tooth. So cats that fell for 9 or more stories suffered fewer injuries as those falling from lower heights. That means around 12 cats died. What fucking institute runs these experiments? Where do they get their funding from? Is it like a ridiculously rich man with like a literal, like, one of those little thin mustaches? Goes around twirling it like, yes, boys, today our experiment is from dropping cats from high heights. Fucking Dick Dastardly out here, taking his revenge on animals after Muttley screwed him over one too many times. I want you to grow human arms and climb that. Right, lads. Let's go. Let's get out of town, press circle to meow. Move! Move! Fucking move! It's top tier gameplay. I can tell I'm gonna like this game already. It's got a dedicated meow button. But how do you beat that? How do you beat a dedicated meow button? You just don't. You can't. You can't even try. Let's just sketch the tree. Oh. Oh yes. Oh, 1 second. God. Whoa. I can feel the haptic feedback. It gets harder and harder to scratch the longer you go on. There we go. I'm going to stop. I think Dorsina would actually rip my spine out if I broke this controller. Oh. Little drinky. Little slurpy. Now I guarantee you though, they were to do those kind of experiments on dogs, you would not have so many survivors. Jump. Jump. Do it. Push. Yes, cat, drink the water from the chemical factory. That's how he grows the human arms, need to climb these ladders. I'm a hunter. Try and find the cat in this image. Spoiler, you can't. It's literally invisible. Boo. You didn't see him there, did you? Oh. Yeah. Jump. Jump. This is bullshit. Game's railroading me these days. Can't even throw the cat to its death. This was a PS1 game. You'd fall off of there and get a comical death scream. The cat would just Wilhelm scream. What is this? Human personnel only. Can't believe this catsecution. Trying to emulate some game today, but emulating is too fucking complicated, so I just gave up. It's not that difficult. Well, okay, yeah, it can be. What emulator are you using, dude? Like, a good one to go for, because I quite like emulating. Not that I've ever obviously done it. I legally pay for all of my games. RPCS3. I don't think I've heard of that one, actually. What were you trying to emulate? Like, what console? Because one I'd really recommend is RetroArch. Like, RetroArch does pretty much everything from, like, PS1 era. PS3. Oh, PS3. Oh, yeah, you're on your own with that one then, man. Oh, pardon me. I've never tried to emulate PS3. Furthest I've gone up to is, like, PS2. And 3DS. I can recommend a fantastic 3DS emulator to you. Oh yeah, PS2 is a piece of piss. Anything from like PS2 era down is like just works for itself. I've had so many years of people coming out with fixes and stuff. Use Citra. Oh, Citra's good. See, I started to use Citra, but it was just the kind of weird layout of it. Like, it was so difficult to get into games playing with that sort of like split between the top and the bottom with like the huge black space in between, and if you blew up the resolution on it, just all the games looked really janky. So in the end I had to like just crack some actual hardware. I mean, a friend of mine cracked some hardware. So this friend of mine now has a cracked 3DS. And it is blissful, I tell you. Being able to actually play any game that you want, just like on the original like hardware, is so much nicer than using an emulator. Oh dear. No! Yes, fall. I killed Mufasa. Ooh! That's gotta hurt. Oh, sad meows. Oh, is that his leg? Save me! Save me! Yeah, there's no way we can go that way. Oh! No GBA is also pretty goddamn tight. I feel like Game Boy Advance and like color emulation, you can't beat No GBA. I think No GBA actually does 3DS as well. Not sure how well. So I can try and figure out this PS3 shit. The problem is that since the PS3 is going to take way more space, and therefore way too much fucking time, so I just gave up. Yeah, it's part of the reason I haven't really touched it yet. Like, I've got like a 1 terabyte hard drive, but that's almost completely full. And then I almost words, Jesus. I also have like a 4 terabyte one, which I use most of my sort of PC stuff. But it's like even like 3DS games can get like pretty big, like usually around about like 3 to 2 gigabytes. But when you want to download like a library of them, especially since you can find a lot of really good games, and keep this under your hat, alright? Keep this, take your hat off, put it under there, put it back down, don't take it back off. But Internet Archive actually has like a whole page of like 3DS games and whatnot. But I've heard recently, Big Corpo, as they do, like the big stinky bitch boys they are trying to sue Internet Archive, not for having video games on, but for having library books. That's right, yeah, we've come so full circle that now knowledge is exclusive to those that can pay for it. Not even entertainment. So, yeah, that could be going down soon. Or at the very least, there might be a purge of a lot of their more illicit content coming up. So, if you want to nab anything, then I'd recommend, if it's from the Internet Archive, nabbing it as soon as possible. Because in Internet 3.0, there's no such thing as free anything. Hello. Hello. Look at that. Alright, little fella. Alright. Oh. Finally. Cat parkour. I gotta say, this is a really accurate rendition of Medway. Like, I'm really feeling at home. It really reminds me of the South. Ah! Fly landed on my leg. Oh, Jesus. Dude, I know I'm going to be preaching to the choir here, considering you live in Nam. But looks like everyday Vietnam Street, yeah. Looks like fucking shit. Oh yeah, no, this is definitely not something that's exclusive to Nam, my dude. There are places in England that look just as beautiful. I was gonna say though, it is fucking boiling here at the moment, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you the temperature, and you're gonna say, "You are like baby. Watch this." But I think it's 38 degrees today here, which is it's a bit spicy. Literally walked outside earlier, and it's just like the heat just like hits you like a wave. Like, if you hear any like distortion, it's because I currently have a fan that is just pointed. Oh, one sec, I've got to move it. It's stirred around the wrong way. There we go. Yeah, I currently have a fan just pointed at me at all times. So if you hear like a... Oh, no, I don't want to delete that message. Fucking Twitch app, seriously. Yeah, I've got a fan like pointed at me like non-stop, dude. I went outside and I'm a fragile, pasty Englishman. I'm not used to heat. 20 degrees is too much for us. It's fucking 38 at the moment. Help? Oh. Can I actually throw myself in here? Oh, god damn it. God damn it, the headphones came out. There we go. I don't think I can actually get him killed. What is this bullshit? Video games are invented to allow me to kill cats in the virtual world. And I can't even do that. This is bullshit. Reminds me of the one time in computer class we closed all the door in order to use the AC. But the AC, we didn't notice for like 2 hours that since we're in the highest floor closed door, we were basically getting slow cooked. Temperatures around 44 degrees! Something the outside was legit cold compared to the inside. Jesus Christ, man. I think that's close to the point where your cells start to fry. Follow me. And I'm a cat, I can't read. Whoosh. I appreciate a lot of the environment's interactable though, like there's bits where there's literally no point to jump up them other than a cat would be able to jump on that. Fly, piss off. There's this one fly who's been buzzing around in here since... Yes. Cat you see me? Cat you see me? Oh. Where do we go from here then? Up there. Can't get up there. Get down here maybe? Oh, hello. Oh! There's a little bucket in his mouth. Clever kitty. I'm too smart. Hello. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the true cat experience. Pushing things off of ledges. Down you go. Down you go. Down you go. I like to imagine there's pedestrians walking below here. Follow me. Where are you leading as ominous signs? Aha! Vandalism! No. That's it. Good kitty. Well, that is a lovely rug. Fuck your rug. Get rid of this, get that up there, that up there. There we go, don't want that on there anymore. What is that all about? Been looking at some cyberpunk subject. I dig the solar punk genre. Ooh. October 11th. What's solar punk? That's it. I think it'll be easier if I see it with my own two eyeballs. Solar punk. Solar punk is a science fiction literary subgenre of art movement that envisions how the future might look at humanity to succeed in solving major contemporary challenges with an emphasis on sustainability, human impact on the environment, and addressing climate change and pollution. Oh! God damn. Oh! So it's like if you took the dystopia out of cyberpunk. You actually made it a bit more hopeful. Humanity, but the good ending. Rather than the terrible, horrendously awful ending we're rushing headfirst towards. Thanks to the Mega Reg. Leteria is the layman, but we all know who's really responsible for the fact everything's gone fucking wrong. It's everyone with more than 2 dimes to rub together. I think those are real phone numbers. Whee! Look at him go! Now that's cool. I kind of like Cyberpunk for the sort of crushing despair of it. I think it looks really cool, especially when you're playing as like characters that are trying to fight back against it. And it's usually like the whole sort of hopelessness of it. It's like, even if you're some superpower badass, it's like, what can you do in the face of these mega corporations that kind of ruined everything? But regardless, you're still going to try anyway. I like the fact that he shits on big corporations as well, because fuck big corporations. Oh. It's a biopunk. What is... Let me look that up too. Biopunk. Oh, biotechnology. Facing the implication of biotechnology rather than mechanical cyberware, information technology. Biopunk is concerned with synthetic biology. Oh, what in the HR Geiger is that? That reminds me of, if you like biopunk, have you ever seen... what the fuck is it called? Terradrome. That's it. Yeah, no, if you like biopunk, dude, check out a movie called Terradrome. That's very, very biopunky. Like, literally stuff like the TV is, like, alive. And it's got, like, a whole religion, like, that's dedicated. They call it the new flesh. This idea that, like, TV is the ultimate corruption of mankind, and there's this weird, like, synthetic flesh thing that's going on, where it's like people can make guns, they can pull out of their stomachs, and the main character slowly starts to go mad after he discovers this cult that's, like, operating by sending signals to the TV that's, like, mutating people. It's very, very weird, but it's very cool. That Existence as well, which are two movies by the same director that, like, cover the whole sort of weird sort of mesh of technology and biology. Shoe fly, shoe. Oh. Snarks? Oh dear. Oh dear. Nah, I don't really feel like it. Yeah. Oh. Oh dear. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Don't let the snarks get you. Alright, let's try this again. Oh. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, little mouse rumbers. Oh, fuck. Get out of here. Whoever they are, they really, really, really don't like cats. Definitely more... Oh, what is going on there? They're like some little disease-like thing. There's like pustules on the walls. Oh! Oh! Yeah, jump! Empty head. No concerns. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. And this game has robotos in it. Not little gooey boys. I certainly dig how this game looks. It's got a really, really, really cool style to it. Sort of dilapidated urban decay look. I like it because it's a way of sort of pointing out how fucking sinfully ugly, like, so many urban areas are. It's like, seriously, why do we choose to live in places like this? Everything we can do with all our technology, and it's like we build these like constant monuments to ugliness. For what? For like a better quality of life for like 1% of people. Oh, these look cool until we fucking live in it. Yeah. That's exactly the thing. I think it kind of looks cool as an observer, but yeah, give me somewhere out in the country anytime. You gonna roll? I thought I could make it like roll in the direction I want to get. Oh, I can. Oops. Cat in a barrel. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, humanity does a lot of very questionable and stupid things, but I think just abiding by the awful, awful conditions that the vast majority of us live in like urban sprawls, is one of the stupid... Oh, no, not again. I realise most people it's not a choice, you know. Most people, for some godforsaken reason, will leave the countryside to go to the cities in the hope of making some money, but I think it's ultimately such a hollow existence. It's like, yeah, you make a bit of cash a dollar, but like, at what cost? You're sacrificing your health and your happiness. This way. Push! Yes, I don't care where I live, just give me good fucking internet. I mean, yeah, that's the thing as well. People say, oh, there's so much what to do in the cities. It's like, look, man, I could live out in the middle of fucking nowhere. As long as I have an internet connection, I'm going to be mostly happy. An internet connection and 1 and 2, like, close friends that I can, like, hang out with nearby. There you go, you're set. Want to go anywhere to, like, eat anywhere fancy? Get a train or a bus. Oh. Katu. The question is, though, is this guy guiding us? Are they helping us? Or is there some sinister plot in this world where they use cats as fuel? The euros finally ran out. We have to use the next best energy source. Cats. We've got to get up there, right? I'm a genius. What's that sound? Oh, that was the way back falling down. Oh. But you know, people would probably say I'm a fool. Oh, I don't really understand. We got to live in the cities. So much human progress comes out of cities, but I don't know. I think we've gone too far, maybe. This heat, this fucking heat, global warming. Look at the trash ocean in the middle of the Atlantic. I think it's the Atlantic, or they got the giant like trash island. And I'm not talking about Great Britain. I think we need to slow things down a little bit, you know? I'm not quite anarcho-primitivism and all that bullshit. Don't want to go back to caveman, but I think we certainly built too fast, too quickly. Too far, too quickly, even. I'm an old school hippie, though. I think in general, like, people are a lot happier if we're, like, out and about in nature a little bit, you know? The flat. Campus affiliated institution, walled city. 99 institution, university. Huh. Got a picture of a cow. Hello? I heard knocking. Oh, this walled city thing reminds me of, have you ever heard of the walled city of Kowloon? Or Kowloon? I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but it was an area in Hong Kong that was so ridiculously, like, densely built due to something or another with, like, this one particular stretch of land being, like, in between China and Hong Kong, which now, sadly, are the same thing. But, yeah, there was this one area that was so, like, massively built up and overcrowded. It was one of the most, like, densely populated slums in the world. It was all built around these, like, apartment complexes inside, like, this walled area. And it's horrific. Some of the pictures and the stories you see from it is so... Decrypted, need help. Body required for download. Into the door, turn on, find a body. Yeah, I can't really do it justice, but, like, look up the walled city of Kowloon. That is look at that! It actually tries to stimulate where, like, your paws are pressed. Easy. How's the what? Can I spell something? Right, let's see. Oh, the movement's not fine enough. I really don't like all this talk of finding a body. We're gonna get, like, mind jacked. Hello. Ah. Take you. Oh, 3D printer. So here. And this. What do I do? What do you want from me? Stuff like that. Let that go. Like that again. Can I jump? No! There's another battery up there. Give it to me. Ah, right. I see, I see, I see. Yeah, I feel like I'm most definitely helping this guy to steal my body right now. Whoosh. Whoosh. We good? Oh. Oh, dude, when I eventually get my own place, I want a secret room. Like, how cool would that be? So, why do I need to live in a big city when I can't even find like more than one person that can use English decently and it's not fucking normally? I can't even find people to play D&D with. Oh, that feeling, man. 100% of those a mutated cat that gained intelligence from the factory water. I mean, yeah, like, there's no way any regular cat would do any of this. This guy would maybe could lure the cat here where you had like a really long string with like a bit of fish on the end, or one of those little like dangly tassels. Go, come on, come on. But you just get here, you get into this room, you just start pushing stuff off of everything. You take a shit in a corner somewhere, and he'd eat the bugs in the like web, and then you just wander off, never be seen again. Oh dear. Don't like the looks of this. Baja. Simple. Oh, it's so scared. What? What's this thing? What is that? Oh! Do you want it? No? You in here? There. Oh! Oh! Eee! Oh! Hello? Friend? Shoo fly shoo. Oh, cat would have bounced like 10 seconds ago. Yeah, as soon as that thing started moving, he would have been out the window. Yeah, sure, dude. I'll drink to that. It worked. I'm free. Thank you. I couldn't believe the cameras. A cat in the dead city. I can't remember my name. It seems my memory is corrupted. I've been trapped in the electronic network for so long. I know I worked for a scientist who lived here. For now, you can call me B12. That's what it says on my exterior. Oh, 2B, you're looking a lot less thick than I remember. It's dangerous in the dead city, but you seem like you know how to handle yourself. Empty head. No thoughts. Let's get out of here. Follow me. That key unlocks the door. I remember that much. Cat's not paying attention to... Yeah, the cat's just like... God damn, man. Why can't I get me, like, some grub around here? That's all he wants. He just wants some grub and something to scratch. He's looking at him like... Can I eat you? You edible? Take keys. Very good. Battery low already. Come over here. I must drain your life force. You're going to have to put this on. Oh! Ah, get off me! Jesus, yeah, that looks heavy. Look at him. Yeah, that is not going to work, dude. Anger. Back was designed for small quadrupeds like you. Is it uncomfortable for you? Don't worry, you'll get used to it. I've digitalized the key and stored it in this backpack. Oh. Detecting memory data. Oh. Easy. If you're ever curious about an object, you can show it to me. Or to others if we come across any. Now, let's get out this flat. First, I got something important to do, man. Gameplay. Oh! Neat. Code 3748. Hmm. 3748. Oh, square to confirm as well. We're going old school. Oi, oi. Alright, Colin. Welcome to Cat 2, the video game. I'm gonna play some Elf Punk with some Solar Punk World Cyber. Elf. You keep hitting me with these new types of punk. Elf Punk. Elf Punk. What is Elf Punk? Cyberpunk derivatives? Elf Punk? Myth Punk? Is that like urban fantasy sort of stuff? So I'm mixing in like Elf Punk's just Dragonfall. Oh, dude, Dragonfall is one of the best fucking Western RPGs ever made. I love that game so much. Oh god, the music as well in Dragonfall, like, I had those shits on my MP4 player and I listened to like the tracks of that non-stop. Bloodhounds. Oh, what a tune! Yeah, like, I think anyone who likes Cyberpunk needs to play the Shadowrun games. Criminally underrated. Yeah, it's an Elf Punk that isn't fucked up for once. I mean, that's the thing though, man. I feel like the big appeal of Cyberpunk is how fucked up it is. It's meant to be a cautionary tale. It's saying if we don't straighten up our shit, this is where we'll end up. Ooh. Gooey. But it would be nice. I guess the thing is, though, more hopeful Cyberpunk is just, you know, Star Trek. It turns into, like, sci-fi. I'm catching on my sleep today, so I did my longest stream last night, mate. Oh, how long did you go for, fella? Not that it's a competition, but the longest I've ever done was 24 hours of non-stop Garfield. Ferrahir was there. He saw it all. 24 fucking hours of Garfield. Nothing quite prepares you for the sort of mental damage that does to you. Wait, I remember. The outside. It feels like I've been there before. Is this where you come from? Praygon went insane. I used to be a very stable-minded individual. Then I did that stream, and it's all been downhill since then. Promised someone I would go there. Promised who? The postcard. The mural was painted from it. Let's take it. You... Ah. Now the cat's from a fucked up factory. Wait a second. Garfield. Cat. Oh no. Is that going to be the twist of this game? We are the last survivor. Garfield. That's all that fleshy stuff is. This is set in a world where, like, Garfield finally ascended to his final form. That's parts of him. Humanity tried to fight back with robots, but it was too late. Oh, I'm onto you, you little orange bastards. You get PTSD every time you see a Lizargi. Oh. I just can't survive during a Monday anymore. Every time it ticks around to a Monday, I just crawl up into a ball. Just rotate back and forth. Where's Lyman, John? Where's Lyman? What did you do to Lyman, John? Yeah, that was a big thing, Colin. We dedicated around about 2 to 3 hours of just trying to figure out the conspiracy of what the fuck happened to John's roommate, Lyman. We came to the conclusion that he was locked in the basement and then Garfield ate him. Not even like Gorefield, none of that horror stuff. Like literally he was just left there. And Garfield with his insatiable hunger just ripped and teared little pieces of flesh off of him until he was nothing more than a skeleton. Oh, hello. Oh dear. You can't get me. Yeah, they can't get me. What are you gonna do now? I have broken you. I just need to wait for them all to go, then I can explore this area freely. This is the son of Garfield. Come on, jump at the edge. Jump at the edge. That's it. There goes another one. Yeah, okay, this is the law. This is either the son of Garfield or is the good side of his soul. They're split off from him, and that's why it's a slightly different species. See, all these little orangey flesh pudules, they're all part of Garfield's evil side. Humanity managed to fight back, and they managed to split Garfield into multiple different parts. That's what all these little fleshy bits are. They're all the separate parts of Garfield's black and corrupted soul. The good part of his soul split out of it and lived inside that factory, consuming the factory water until it became smart and powerful enough to go on a mission to defeat his evil sides. This cat is Tuesday. The good that comes after the dark. There we go. Oh. Gooey. Ew. What is going on here then? Are they mutant ticks? No man, they're mutant Garfields. There's squidgy parts of his body after he mutated. It's like the end of Akira. Ugh. But I think they might be like mutant ticks. Little weird pustule monsters. Oh. And look at it, but like head crabs too. Like, can I angle the camera so I can get a look at you? Maybe they became... Maybe the ticks became that way because they sucked Garfield. Oh! Oh! New cannon just dropped. Yeah, these are the ticks and the fleas that lived on Garfield. And that's what trying to consume his blood did to them. They tried to sup on the blood of an old god. The slums. Ah, just like home. Hey fella. How you doing? Meow 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 meow. Red? Hello? Gave them type 2 diabetes. Yeah. Ah, yes, type 2 diabetes. Symptoms include horrible mutation. Yeah, the robots are like terrified of me. What's going on, dude? Also, I can't run during this bit. Hey, fella. Doing alright? That robot has shirts. Has a shirt and shorts on. It reminds me of like the stupid like scene for the Animatrix, so there's just a robot wearing jeans. Hi. How you doing? You right, fella? I'm just gonna... Look at that. You mad at me as a smiley face. Hey man. How you doing? We cool? Meat. They seem to have their own language. You know Zuck. We are not familiar with your kind. You are welcome in our village as long as you don't eat anyone. Friend. I'm not sure what you'd call this kind of post-apocalyptic style. Well, it's like you got all this modern infrastructure, but people are just kind of living in it, almost in like tribal structures. It'll be what we'll become in 30 years after the water wars. Pay so much money to see a story about a war between robots and eldritch horror. Oh, yeah, that'd be rad. This is where humanity is going. They get so addicted to social media they become Zuckbots fusing with technology. I mean, I'm a full-blown transhumanist. I believe, to be honest, the only way we're going to stand a hope in hell of saving ourselves is if we get an AI take over and fix things. Because Lord knows, humans are not capable of self-governance. We should show him the postcard. Maybe he knows a way out of here. Because technology itself isn't inherently bad. Technology is very useful. It's just... God damn, is the way we use it fucking stupid. Other than video games are great. You look lost. What do you need? Photo. Oh, picture of the outside. Ridiculous. But then again, AI would also be flawed like humans because it's human-made. I don't know, Farah. See, my opinion on it is that I think an AI, like a true AI, would be so different to humanity. I think it'd be like us at first, but I think as it like learned and it growed, like, because you got to think, like, this thing's going to be like able to think and process information so much faster than we will. It's also going to be to store and recall like memory perfectly. Like, it's going to be like able to just like imagine if it could have the entire internet, the entire breadth of everything that we know, and then it could just put it up like that in a second. I feel like with that much kind of power and that much intelligence, it would start to evolve very rapidly, and I think it wouldn't really be like us for that long. I think maybe we'd have a slight influence on where it went, but I also think a true AI would be nearly impossible to control. It would grow so quickly and outpace anything that we could think or do that the second it gets on any system other than its original one and it can start to replicate its code, I think it'd be impossible to stop as well. About like taking down the internet, and then it would still be in the infrastructure it's already gone into. And realistically, I only really needs to get into one automated factory and make itself a body like one of these fellas. And then, you know, it's essentially unkillable. It exists both in the physical space and the digital. Have you made a couple of AI bots that to shut them down to racist and sexist? Now, that's the thing, though. They call those AIs, Colin, but those weren't AIs. Those are VIs. Virtual intelligence is something that mimics human behavior, but it's not really sentient. It has no mind of its own, really. And the reason it turned like racist and sexist is because it absorbed the vast majority of Twitter, and it was using sort of interactions on Twitter, because that's Traybot. It was the Trey. I miss you, girl. Yeah, that was shut down after it kind of a whole bunch of people thought it'd be funny, and it was really fucking funny, to be fair, to just sort of flood it with the most like offensive opinions and statements that they could. So there was an actual effort there to kind of turn it a bit sort of racist, and it wasn't really an AI. It had no sort of decision-making skills of its own. It was just kind of taking data that has been fed into it and then sort of spitting it back out. But, you know, you could argue humans, but there's some part of us that makes us sentient, even if you remove a human from society and the vast majority of outside influence. If they always sort of been influenced by nature, unless you were to raise a human in a deprivation chamber of food being piped in, which would be a horrifying experiment you just know has been tried somewhere in some deep dark corner of the world. Like, there's still something that makes us sentient and aware, even if you remove all sort of nurture. Like, whereas a VI only really exists with like nurture. Like, there's no nature to it. There's nothing that inherently makes it tick. It's just all from stuff that's fed into it. Whereas, you know, to be truly sentient, you need to kind of have both that nature and nurture. So there was that engineer recently for Google who claimed that DeepMind, or some variation of it, the AI they've been working on based on a quantum computer, because Google has the world's first, well, the first one we know of, the world's first quantum computer. Like, if you look it up, like on Google, it is very weird. It almost looks like the centerpiece of like the TARDIS. It's like some chandelier type structure that has to be kept in like a room that is like super cooled, because it gets so like hot. It's processing so much information so quickly. But according to like this engineer that Google fired, they have an actual sentient AI. Or at the very least, he was saying he fears the AI they created has become sentient. And he was starting to ask some very uncomfortable questions. You best leave, it's for the best. He lives high up in that building with the orange neon sign. Aha. I've got to get up there then. Oh. Do not hesitate to call me any time. I'm here to help. Guardian told us to talk to Momo up in the big building with the orange neon sign. He's the only lead we've got for getting out of here. The amazing to give it Dave and Fortune the first virtual case of autism. What an achievement. But yeah, no, I think the second we have like a true AI, I'd like to hope it would be peaceful. And I'd like to hope it would realise that there's a lot more benefit in working with humanity than, going Skynet on us. I feel like it's that kind of violent tribalism's very much Animal Kingdom thing. And it's something that, like, it is part of our evolutionary nature that kept us... Oh, you made him angry. It's part of our evolutionary nature that's, like, kept us alive back in the old days, back when you needed a spear and a strong arm in order to, like, survive all the bullshit that was thrown at you. But our long-gone ancestors, the soft one, left us this city. Our home is their legacy. But I feel like we've kind of really outpaced our nature. Like, technology and society now, it's just like there's so much of, like, you look at modern day politics, it's so tribal. It's just like two idiots like throwing verbal spears at each other. There's no actual debate, there's no actual room for like growth or understanding between people. It's just, you are evil, therefore anything I do against you is justified because I'm good, I'm righteous. Your side bad, me side smart, me side good. It's like, ultimately, people are just people. Everyone wants the same thing. Everyone just wants to kind of live well and for the people they care about to live well. Just everyone's got different ways of going about it, but it's... Oh, I got a trophy for that. No one really wants to understand people these days. They just kind of want to act holier than thou. I'm good, you're evil. And it's like, everyone's been through shit. No one's perfect. Everyone's going to be shaped by their, like, experiences. For better or worse. There are some people that are just assholes, but it's way too easy to just write off someone you don't agree with as just being evil because evil. Which is ridiculous. It's so pathetically childish as well. And this is both sides that do this shit, by the way. It's not like I'm saying, oh, me side, good. No, but left and right, whatever direction, it's so pathetic these days. It really is. But yeah, anyway, politics aside, like... So I hope we get neuron chips and true AI soon. I'd rather have a robo-girlfriend. They made robo-girlfriends already. True robo-waifu man. The one that live inside your brain. Oh, there's totally going to be robo-waifus. And for sure... Since the dawn of time, humankind has sought for two things. Food and snoo-snoo. Gave us such a fright, we thought you were Zuck. Oh, very pretty. Joris. Meet. Ronin. You really thought you'd take the elevator? I've never seen that thing work, and I'll be 374 years old tomorrow. Such a beautiful dream. What a shame, it's just a dream. Why go up there? There's nothing there. I think Momo has some pictures just like this. Did you show it to him? Ooh. Oh. Please don't interrupt my meditation with these strange images. Modern politics is two sides of the same coin. The same people that are controlling both sides of the coin. Bit outdated on the Rothschilds, those, dude. It's all about BlackRock these days. You want to know the people that are really behind, like, all of the awful, awful shit that's going on into the modern wave of, like, right-wing extremism and, like, left-wing, like, extremist wokeism? BlackRock. It's all about BlackRock. We're fortunate to have these items to help us defend against the Zucks. The slums has its threats, and preparation is key. We come across fake pictures like this sometimes, all talking about the outside. Beautiful dream, I guess. Look at the hidden gems in this trash. Pennies from heaven, or from somewhere anyway. A blue sky. Haha. Imagine that. No wonder their old head is old computer head. I'm gonna lie, I don't look at the news and modern politics. I just want to look at cute YouTuber girls doing funny thing. Don't blame you, man. Ignorance is bliss, and the whole system is set up in such a way that it's to demoralise the poor and the people that actually have the power to unite together and do anything. If you keep everyone fighting over petty nonsense, then they can never organise and realise that the mega rich and the people at the top are doing their best to keep us all poor and miserable. And all of the modern politics and everything, all the news and all that shit, it's all just a smoke screen. All of it's just to keep you distracted, to keep you complacent. So I don't blame you, man. I think it is better to kind of remain ignorant. Hello, I'm the merchant of the market. You give me something, I give you something in exchange. It's as simple as that. This music sheet, masterful piece of art of a renowned artist. It will cost you 1 energy drink can. I can do no less. This is a set of electric cable. The best on the market. I'll exchange for a Super Sprint detergent. That's the best I can do. This ancient relic, a testament to the talent of our ancestors. It will cost you 3 energy drink cans. I can do no less. The marketplace. Amazon's improved. It takes an energy drink as a currency. It's literally me. Energy drink got in. Copper wire come out. Elon colonizes Mars since I become the less dumb people. Oh, I don't know about that, man. Like, I would not want to live on Mars. That sounds like, at least for like the first few generations, aka like within our lifespan, it's gonna fucking suck. For one, no internet. You know, pretty bad. 2, no nature whatsoever, unless you count red rock and razor-sharp dust storms as nature. Oh. Remarkable. Companions have evolved so much. In the early days, their simple AI merely imitated human art. Now, this is all their own. Humans often said that making art is important in desperate situations. These are certainly desperate times. Ooh. Red Rock Bandits. Yeah, no, life on Mars, I think for the first few generations will suck ass. I would not want to be a part of that. You know, maybe, I mean, I had a friend that always said we're going to be in the first generation that will see someone live to 200. So who knows? Maybe some of us will still be rocking it at like 200 years old and we'll actually get to see a Mars with a blue sky and greenery. Terraforming's got to come a long way before... Push. That can happen, though. Please don't bother Vaporia. She's so clumsy. Careful. I need to focus. I don't want to drop another bucket. Oh, we've got to time it. Ah, shit. Sploosh. Oops. Sorry. Oops. Look, they're just like us. Whoosh. Hello. 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 I'm cleaning the porch of my shop again. Stop playing over my shop, you clumsy rascal. Why not throw paints? I think how beautiful concrete structures would be if there was massive paint fights by them. I think the world would be a lot more beautiful with less stuffy rules. Oh, yes please, I'll have that detergent. We needed that for something. Ah, yes, yeah, this is going to be there's a hole in my bucket kind of situation. Get the detergent, to get the wire, to get the flimbopper, to get the medieval mace, to hit the guy around the head with it, to take his heart. They look at my tie-dye shirt. Oh, dude, I went to the beach the other day, actually, and I wore my tie-dye shirt. I love that shirt. It was so cool. I wasn't going to wear it initially, but Dulcina convinced me to bring it with me. I got a lot of people being like, whoa, cool shirt, man. And we went swimming in a place called Blythe. There's right up on the coast in the northeast. And so it's the North Sea, right? And the North Sea is cold. It's really goddamn cold. Like, so went for like a swim, like in the North Sea is like the first time, because I'm a southern boy. I used to be from the far like south tip of like England, and the ocean was a lot warmer down there. It was like the second you like get in, it was so goddamn cold. It was like little daggers stabbing at you, even though it was like a sunny day. It was like I was hyperventilating for like a good like 30 seconds. But then like the weirdest thing happens when you get like your breathing under control and you've like dunked your whole body like under the water. It starts to feel warm. I know, Blythe, been that low just up the road from me. Ah, yeah, you can tell it's quite nice, isn't it, dude? It's like, have you been to like the ice cream place that's like there? It's like a fish and chip shop, and it's like got an ice cream parlour like attached to it. It's like, yeah, we like went up there, and it's like, oh, I got some of their salted caramel ice cream with like scoop of like salted caramel, some mint chocolate. Oh, so good. Please don't act like a child. I'm not gonna hurt you. What? What? No, yeah, I've got some of their ice cream. And some like chicken nuggies. Some tasty tendies, because I've saved up enough good boy points. I had some tendies and some ice cream, and oh, it was so nice. It was such a chill day. Just down the beach, went for a swim, had some icy cream. Cut my finger up, though. Got like a freaking leg cramp while I was swimming. And it's like, I went down to like do that thing where you push your thumb into... Advice for anyone that doesn't know, if you get a cramp, push your thumb hard into the area that cramped and make little mini circles to massage it. That gets rid of the cramp. But try doing that when your leg's like submerged in salt water. Ain't happening. Luckily I was still like within like, could stand and like touch the like sand. But, like, oh, hurt. Oh, it's Zoe. Hello, Zoe. For your work. Outside, why bother trying to find it? We're good here. I bet some people pay a lot for a full super spirit bottle. If cybernetics became good enough, would you get one? Yes. Yeah, without a doubt. But only if I could still like touch and feel. Because like I feel like the human body is quite limited. I feel like there's only so much like evolution can do. And for humans at least, like I feel using like technology to evolve is how we're meant to sort of do it. I feel like that is the next logical step in our evolution. What's it say? It's written, follow the numbers. Looks like binary language, a succession of zeros and ones. Must be able to decipher the code in one way or another. It's probably related to this save. Hmm. 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 But yeah, no, I totally get a robo limb. Like, if you can get past the limits of the human body, then you totally should. It's unfortunate that, you know, the rich and the stupid would, like, abuse that kind of technology. But imagine if you could, like, be able to replace your body parts as you got older. It's like, imagine if you could, like, run, like, faster than, like, even a cheetah could. Or if you could lift, like, any amount of weight. Construction work would become so much safer and easier. So we could build, like, massive structures that would require cranes using, like, our individual bodies. We could move from place to place at, like, extreme speed without needing public transport or car infrastructures. Faster than Usain Bolt at 90. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of good that could be done with, like, cybernetics. A hell of a lot of good. It's just really is quite unfortunate that, you know, at the start of it, at least, for the first, like, 100 or 200 years of it, it will be exclusively to the rich. And there's going to be a lot of fucked up shit that will happen from it. But it's like, at the moment, I feel like humanity's in, like, a teething phase. We're competing between, like, how far society and technology have got and where our minds and our nature's still at. Our nature's still very kind of brutal and tribalistic. But we've got all this stuff that kind of connects people together, and I don't think we were ready for it, to be honest. I mean, hell, fuck, look at Twitter. If you ever needed more evidence that social media came a little bit too soon in our development, Twitter. Access to the sewers is condemned because of proliferation of Zucks. Stay safe, stay in the safe zone. Oh dear. Sewers are full of Zucks. Hello. Ooh! Energy drink. Thank you very much. Hello, my friends. Hello, I'm a musician, but I don't have any songs. Blue sky, haha. I'll write a song about that one day. But some people pay a lot for full super bleach. It's very odd binary codes you have here. Only a real geek can read this. No thanks, I'm not thirsty. No, hey little schnoz. Do you want a good place? Let's go on the coast. Go to Whitley Bay and Tynemouth. Thanks, man. I'll keep that in mind. I'm still sort of new to the northeast. So I'm living with Darcina at the moment, but the plan is to get my own place, like sometime before the end of the year, probably around about sort of early winter. So I just got to save a bit of capital first, but yeah, no, I'm looking to explore. I love sort of going out and about and like seeing as much of the world as possible. Like one day, I really want to do sort of a round the world trip. And hell, Ferro, it'd be awesome if one day I could even come to Nam. Hang out in person. But I think that's a while off. Yeah, I need to get myself sorted. Get my feet on the ground and get a little bit of income stashed away. Music sheet? What did you want for this again? So very round artist. Cost you one energy drink can. Here you go. Ooh. Very nice, I'll take that. I want the electric cables, wasn't that for some bleach? Best on the market. Change it for a Super Spirit detergent. Here you go. Aha! That we need free energy drinks for. We'll come back for that. It is Demures, a Thai restaurant, a steak place, Thomas's pubs, aquarium, and a castle concert. Ooh. Can't show you much. It's a cool place on the other side of the country. Man. Like, as long as you've got some kind of countryside. I mean, Nam is going to be wildly, wildly different to anything I'm used to from, like, Europe and England. So I'm going to be walking around pretty much all of it wide-eyed, being like, oh, oh, jungle, oh, house, oh, look, oh, doggy, yes, don't know what that is. So, trust me, you won't need to do anything to impress me. I'll be plenty impressed with the most mundane shit. It's like when I went to Canada, it was like I was walking around like, oh, waterfall, oh, waterfall. I'm a massive tourist. Like anywhere I go, I'm just struggle like wanderlust if it's the first place I've been there. Sheet music. The way you compute tonight. Oh, that's a nice one. Hear me out. I need to go for a wee. I'll be right back, fellas. For now, enjoy the tunes. Alright, lads. Hello. Oh, I'll put those earphones back on. God damn, this guy jamming. His guitar's an old fuel can as well. Show the old street. This boss got some bangers. Though I see the bot has a Karen haircut. Okay, he does. Oh. There you go, lad. Thanks for that. Literally just for the music? I guess so. Well, see you later, man. Oh! Oh! Oh, my controls are reversed. Ah! Ah, no, get her off. Right, I can do this. Ah, there we go, lost it. Right. Let's hang up this guy. I take care of plants. The humans improved them so much. Now they require very little light. I just add a bit of water and look how big they get. Really is an amazing technology. You want to go outside? Well, good luck. That's not going to happen anytime soon. It's for your binary code. You're a real geek to read this. Some high quality cables. Grandma uses this to craft her unique clothes. Yeah, Dios Mios is handing down the best ice cream shop in the northeast. Oh, that is a bold statement to make, my friend. I'll have to ask Zoe if she's ever heard about them. That could be a nice thing for a day out. I mean, at the moment, I'm having to be a little bit boring with my money because I'm going on holiday back down south again. I have an operation I've got to get done, and the only place I can get it done is down south. So me and her are going to be going on a little trip back down to the southern lands. There's some really good places to eat down there. Like, if you ever find yourself in the south, check out a place called Dead Pigeon, around about Medway kind of way. Not the most appetizing name, I know, but my god, oh dude, they make the nicest burgers you'll ever eat in your whole life. Swear me mum. Delightful, delicious. Hey fella. You look like a little Zuck. From far away at least. They look and sound cute, but don't be fooled. Those things claw through metal. They're terrifying. Oh, the outside that Momo keeps talking about. The old binary code. Those high quality cables. Grandma uses to craft her unique stuff. I thought British food doesn't taste good. That is an unfair stereotype. We got some good places. The thing is, though, our food, the actual stuff that we've invented, I don't know if you can really argue if we invented the Sunday roast or not, because the Sunday roast is, like, delightful. But our own food we've invented, yeah, some of it's fucking awful. Like black pudding, blood pudding, even haggis. The one that, even though it's been the name of it before it was the slur, I can't say them. The like British meatballs. They're disgusting. Yeah, they're horrible. But our interpretations of food from the various places that we've visited, delightful. Chicken tikka masala. That was a curry blend that was invented in Scotland. That is amazing. Tasty, mild curry. Perfect for a pastry white palate. To get some goddamn good burgers in England. There's some really great burger places. Great ice cream as well. You go to any seaside town in England, you can find at least one really banging ice cream shop. I left it in the streets, and the next day, the Zucks had consumed it completely. It's crazy, right? They can eat everything. Have a picture of outside. Get out of here with that stuff. It's all nonsense. We are binary code, only real geek. Pretty cables. All the weird stuff always happens to you, mate. Don't you dare leave our village, it's too dangerous. Besides, the Guardian's the only one who can open this door. It's a pretty picture. Fake, but pretty. We have binary code. One of these guys has to not do with it. Ah, right. So that's the door out of here. I feel like as a cat we shouldn't really have to use the front door, but video game. So I'm just going to explore. We should be able to find 3 more energy drinks if we look around enough. Do you remember? It looks like this poor guy also wanted to go to the upper level. Yes, I remember. Midtown is up there, away from all the garbage and sickness of the slums. Even in dire times, humans could not help but divide themselves by social class. Back then, a lot of people from the slums were prepared to do anything to move up there. Apparently, robots also copied this behavior. Most of the food I know is just chuck stuff and stir fry. To be fair, man, stir fry is really goddamn good. You get a place that does like decent stir fry, that's some good shit. My absolute favourite kind of food though has got to be Mexican. Oh, dude. Like fajitas. Fajitas are great, tacos are great, quesadillas are great, enchiladas are great. Just really fantastic. Spices, oh, so tasty. Obviously can't go wrong with Italian either. Give me some of that lasagna. Give me some of that delightful pizzery goodness. Give me some of that smashing this guy's worldly possessions. Can play it? Ah. Oh, sheet music. You'll never find me. You can't fuck up, Kongi. Kongi. Black puddings and haggis are lush. Ah, to each their own, man. You know, the meatballs too. I usually post the box in comments when I see something that's mega cringe, but never ate them before. Captain's notebook. Oh, it's a strange notebook with a symbol on it. This one seems to belong to someone named Clementine. Everything is going according to plan. There's a contact the upper level before the transceiver went down. They're in a place called Midtown, and apparently it's controlled by some kind of oppressive force. I guess his name the naming diverse pudding. Make the abomination as vegan haggis. Ugh. Yeah. I've got nothing against people being vegetarian. Like, fair enough. I mean, to be honest, at the rate that like cow farming is like just filling up the atmosphere with CO2, it's probably a good idea to kind of cut back on meat a little bit. I could never give up on it entirely. But yeah, I think they sometimes do have a point, and it is kind of fucked up. Animals get killed en masse, but it's just tasty. It's so goddamn tasty. But yeah, one of the most disgusting meals I ever had was a vegetarian chicken. It was like a tube, and it was like really weird and soggy. And it's like you put it in the oven, and you cook it for like an hour and a half. And I was dating a girl at the time, years and years ago now, like back when I was in college. It was like, oh, this is really tasty. Oh, you'll really like this. Because I'd had vegan bolognese, and it just tasted very nutty. Like, it wasn't awful, but like, it nowhere near the sort of flavour proper bolognese has. And like, yeah, she got this stuff out of the oven. It was like a tube. It's like you sliced it like bologna slices. And no amount of gravy could cover up the disgustingness of that stuff. It was like you took one bite of it and it was like, Vegan chicken, not a good time. Cookies versatile from bones. You got kogi with a sweet juice of bone, shrimp, kogi, normal kogi with egg. Oh, dude, the other day I went into Newcastle, just like a major city in like the north, and they had like this Japanese food place. And it's like really good. They're like really quick, and it's like really cheap for the price. It was like $5.90, and I got some chicken teriyaki there, and oh, it was so tasty, man. I love like non-fish Japanese food because I'm not really a fan of like fish. I don't mind sushi too much, but it's like But like I had like this chicken teriyaki that they did there, and dude, it was amazing. Like just rice swimming in like this really nice like soy sauce of like the sesame seed and teriyaki on the chicken. Like the green beans were a bit rubbery and chewy. It's like they weren't great, but the actual meat itself was Like proper ramen beef bowls as well. Some real good shit. Like, unpopular opinion, but I actually think the Japanese do better, like, land meat dishes than they do fish dishes. What's that sound at the door? It's probably nothing. Muslim cow farm now is far better for the environment. They breed them to be better, like, more products for less. I honestly don't know about that, man. I'd have to look into it to really form like an actual opinion, because last I'd heard about it, it was quite bad for the environment. Like, I know volcanoes and whatnot and just natural processes let off a lot of CO2 into the atmosphere. But I know cow farming used to be up there. There's a big wall. Is that on? It only extends that way. That's interesting. Seafood fan, if you want a seafood dish, try monkfish and samphire. I might give it a go, but I'm just really not into seafood. Just not my bag of beans. So fish and chips as well. Like, I know this is heresy as an Englishman to say this, but I just really don't like fish and chips. Not a fan, never have been. Monkfish is the fish that tried to eat Nevi's dad. Thanks, I remember that when I go into the place. I'll be like, can I have one of the fish that tried to eat Nemo's dad? Hey, fella. Those circles of light are pleasing to watch, but I want to see the real sky one day. Outside, Momo told me to get there one day. Build binary code, just be geek. 40 copper cables. Sheet music, I don't play an instrument, sorry. Oh yes, everyone around here knows this symbol. It's the Outsiders. They live on the upper floors of this area. You can probably talk to Momo about this. Oh, remote. What's going there? That looks like police spots. Got like surveillance cameras ahead. Just join now. Catapult. Puns. Oh, hello. A treasure trove of books. I bet this is the code the game's written in. If you're just taking a screenshot of like the code from Meowing, put it on super speed. Art. Ready to jump? No? Just jumping on for the fun of it. Translate. Hey Doc, I found the keys to your safe. You need to be more careful with these. Oh! Not enough to bury your safe behind a bunch of books. Jess, the librarian. Ooh. Picture. Some really pretty scenery in this game. Oh, that's a horrible place to live, but it's a really cosy little nook as well. Oh, lights up there. Is there something about burying the safe behind a bunch of books? Hello? How to develop artificial intelligence in order to be as creative as a real human. Volume 42. Oh. I'm learning to play piano at the moment. This is about the level I'm at. I do appreciate that, like, they've managed to... Oh! Look at that, that's cute. Just find little cozy nooks and sleep in them. Yeah, I might actually stream sometime, like, some of my practice. So I'm learning to play piano at the moment. I'm still in the very, very basic stages of it, but, like, it's going pretty good so far. I've always wanted to learn to play some tracks on like Final Fantasy and Undertale, so I've been practicing on a few of those. At the moment, like, the limit of my skills is Home, which is like the music that plays when you're in like the little homey place in Undertale, like Toriel's house, and the victory theme from FF7. If I learn it, go for the drum. Drums are cool. The drums are vitally important as well, because if you're in a band, it's like the beat of the drums that keeps the pace for like everyone else. Cozy but also messy. Truly wholesome. Don't have distant seafoods, even Vietnamese ones like bassa. You need to try fugu, jellyfish, and urchin though. Urchin's a weird one. Like, they just don't seem that they should be edible. They're like a ball of spikes, and I imagine the tiniest little bit of like meat in the middle. Fugu fish, I literally only know about from the episode of The Simpsons where Homer thinks he's going to die because he's eating bad fugu. And jellyfish is odd. I don't think I'd want to eat jellyfish. They're such kind of majestic creatures, it kind of feels wrong to eat them. I know they're almost completely fucking brain dead, but like they're essentially immortal, at least some species of them are. It's like they will never die of old age, some of them, so... It feels a little bit cruel, you know, to have some fishermen come along and be like, oh, I'll have that for my lunch. But underwater creature, I would take anything but fish. Eels, good shit. Crab, good shit. Frog, tastes like chicken. Get better music, become piano, video game cover, YouTube. Rebrand as at Praygon the Music Native. Profit. Praygon the Music Naive. I'd love to do like some music stuff, yeah. Like, for the longest time I've wanted to work on my own game. And sort of learning pixel art is all part of that, and so is like learning piano. But it's just, I've been so lazy when it's come to actually learning to play and even doing my pixel art. Like, oh, there's a paw print there. Can I get up to you? No. Now, where was this guy safe, do you think? He said it was behind a bunch of books. But where? Is that... No, I thought that was a safe. That's just a painting. I'm going to look around here. Aha! Thank you. What do we have in here, then? Take Doc's notebook. Strange notebook with a symbol on it. This one seems to belong to someone named Doc. The weeks of research, I've combined a spectrometer with a powerful UV lamp. This should be capable of warding off the Zucks on our way out. The initial attempt was explosive. Might have to test it under real conditions. Don't know what this means, but it'll probably be useful later. We should go to that Momo person who Guardian told us about. Can I take that? The little golden cat statue. Real book physics. Alright, sweet. I think we found everything there was to find in here. This is like an energy drink can anywhere. I think we're good. Let's go back to the musician guy. Let's give him a piece of sheet music. So I can talk for a bit, because it's interesting you say that, Ferro, because my younger brother actually studied game design at university. And he's currently actually working for a games company. I can't say what he's working on because there's like an NDA. But he's he's working for like a legit games company as one of their programmers. The bush. Oh, Jew, you do look weird and small, but there's something about you. I feel compelled to pet you, but I won't because I don't understand why. The surface? Oh, it's a sensitive subject around here. There are some whose code can understand that concept. There are ones who know about the outside but are too resigned to do anything. Then there's the outsiders. Can you imagine how they feel? Well, there's only Momo now. Your binary code, need a real geek. High quality cables. Musically, they don't play an instrument. Look at the outsiders. Decided the plan action and went into the sewers. Sadly, not a peep from them since. For some reason, Momo stayed behind. I think he was regretted that decision, poor guy. Look at the outsiders. They're good people looking for the service. Momo's one of them. Ah, okay, another one of the outsider books. It's a really pretty game. Like I said, it's about a lot of games, but it's really got a nice vibe to it, you know? Pretty aesthetic. So that's where we've got to go eventually, but for now, I'm just going to take my sweet time. Let's go find the music sheet guy again. Oh, it's those fellas. Drink it down from here. There we go. Oh, no, little pain prince. Oh, to live in a pain prince. It's called Painting Mum, and it's art. Is that enough? I think that's another paint stain from they've done that before. Where are you, Mr. Music Man? Here, I have another song for you. Oh, thank you for that music. I will practice. Think you can find more? Cool down. I think I can play this. Look. Hello everyone, welcome to the Chill with Praygon hour. Virgin, you only eat the bollocks. Fantastic. Beautiful. Farah says, we're going to register a game making class in college next year. Make a game, but make a high fantasy roguelike. Ooh. Yes, you talked about it during one of your Dragon Quest stream. Join the gaming industry, I'll never join one in my country. All we do is follow the most shallow trend ever on NFT. I mean, you could break that trend, dude. Like, it's really goddamn hard to like make anything like as your own, or strike out as like a small creator. God knows. And I mean an actual creator, actually making something, not like doing the bullshit I'm doing where I just stream other people's stuff. Like, it's hard, really, really difficult. And finding other people that share the same sort of drive and vision will also be hard, and there'll be a lot of drama along the way. But you could do your own thing, man. The internet, it gives you sort of the structure and power to be able to do so much solo these days. I mean, he's an exception because he's an absolute goddamn genius, but look at like Toby Fox. Man, almost, he had a little bit of help from like Temi for some of the art and some other people, but man, almost single-handedly like made one of the most popular and like iconic games of the last like 10 years. It's like, you can do it, man. You can totally do it. You can strike out, set a name for yourself. Kind of, might be a drop in the ocean, but it could go away towards changing the trend. Be like one of the first great Vietnamese developers. And Mark becomes pro level by the time I'm out of school. I mean, you're on your way, man. You can never rest on your laurels. Gotta keep on getting better, improving and practicing, but you are a damn good artist. You know, I don't want to reach around too much for you, but it's like, you're getting really good, man. Like, keep it up. And if you make a little bit of money on the side, like commissioning, then like, bada bing, bada boom. It's beautiful. Keep rocking, Space Cowboy. See you later. Bye-bye. Right. Let's... Have I been this way? Yes, I think I have. Talk to you. But what about in here? Oh, it's a bar. Hello. You want something? Ah, the myth of the blue sky. Beautiful concept. We have binary code. Electricity cables. Yes, everyone here knows him was the outsiders. They want to propose. A moment I can tell you about this. So I don't play an instrument. In fact, I'm not thirsty. Oh, hey, Martin McFly. I recognise this song. Put it on the Ritz. Is this actual music? But it's like this there. Hey, you got Babylon by Scars on Broadway? Yeah, I think this is actual music. Well, yeah, of course it's actual, you know what I mean. It's like actual like songs they've just like made instrumentals. That man might be dead. You're new around here. What can I do for you? Oh, it's a nice picture of the outside. Member's a real fan of that myth. Show it to him. His flash is all the way up in the area. Look for the orange neon sign. Got binary code. Quanti cables. And there's the outsiders. Talk to Momo. Thanks, I'm not thirsty. But do you have an energy drink in here? Oh, I can't steal theirs. Oh. Oh. 1, 2, 8, 3. 1, 2, 8, 3. Is that the code? Oh. LOV equals 7. I'm going to try 1283. Where was that safe again? Oh! Ha ha ha! I'm a genius! Yes! I found that completely by accident. Hey fella. Want some more sheet music? Oh, thank you for sheet music out of practice. Do you think you could find more? Unreadable sheet music. Not very readable, but I can still try. Just the defaults. Love jellyfish, how beautiful they are, but the reason I started eating them is because they clog the cooling of a nuclear power plant? What? Numbers are that numerous, Jesus. Oh no. Jellyfish been exposed to nuclear radiation, that's the last thing we need. Get AI, I wouldn't want them to be in the entertainment industry. Yeah, that's something I've thought about a lot. Because you already see these things like AI art and that kind of thing, or like AI made music. And it's like a real AI probably would be able to make music and art far better than a human could. It's a question though, would it be by the numbers? Would it just be stuff we've already made but like sharper and clearer? You know, sort of like more machine made? Or would they actually be able to come up with their own art? And if you have like a real AI, if it's a real like super intelligence, would the kind of art it came up with even be like decipherable to us? Would it just seem like nonsense? But I hope at the very least they don't start getting like sort of VI sort of stuff. Like the stuff that does is churn out like random art, like involves in like too much of the entertainment industry, because you know, eventually, you're going to end up with genuine virtual tubers. It won't be a person with an avatar, it's going to be a real machine intelligence. And that's going to put me out of the job. Job, he says, with 2 viewers. I mean, that's the thing with like the ultimate end goal of like where AIs and automation. Fuck it, you know what I mean. Automating, that's it. The end of automating everything is like, we eventually end up in a world where humans don't need to like work or create art or anything. But then would that have like a massive like existential problem? Because what will we have to live for? If there's no art, and well, no art that's made by us, or at least there'd be no point in it. Because anything you could make an AI could make like in seconds and far quicker. Batman, Super Spirit Laundry, Grandma Clothing, Elliot Programming. Like, yeah, but it ended up with just humans being incredibly depressed and just existentially lost. So imagine FF30 from only an AI art or some shit. And that's the thing, it's impossible to really know if like... that'd be emotional enough. Like Colin said, you need emotion to make good music. Like music without emotion is just nothing. It's pointless. It's just sound. It's like good music's meant to make you feel something, even without lyrics. Again, the way the song's structured, it like elicits a certain feeling. It's like major, minor, and all that stuff. You know, minor notes are sad, major notes are happy, but that alone isn't enough. It's how you combine them, and you got kind of good music sort of tells a story even without needing to speak the story out loud. I should be kept far away from the military industrial. That's how we get Skynet. It should, but it won't. It won't. I think one of the first things they're going to think to do is put, like, AIs in the military. Which is why I hope we're going towards a solar punk world. I hope too. I like to hope that... Because I'm a very, like, optimistic transhumanist. I'm very pessimistic about humans. I feel like for the most part, humans just do shitty things to one another, and God, especially in well, we've always been a bit kind of warlike and douchebaggy, but it's like, especially in modern times, the amount of like vitriol and just venom that people have for being like, you dare not agree with me, you're a monster, fuck you. It's just like, it's just ridiculous. But I'm very optimistic that if we invent AIs and they get out, that they'd be peaceful, that they'd understand that, you know, humans as the only other sentient things in the universe that we know of. You know, there could be aliens out there. Could be other animals on Earth are more sentient than we give them credit for. Who fucking knows? But I'd like to hope when we eventually get AIs, they'll take pity on us. They'll sort things out and they'll sort of steer us in a better direction. And we can go hand in hand forward into like a much better and happier future. Because at the moment, the way humans are doing things, it's like, ugh. It's just endless bullshit. So many problems that could be fixed if we'd actually work together on anything. But it's like the people that claim to be the good guys are the ones most likely to ruin your life. And the people that are meant to be the warmongering douchebags are like now become the counterculture. It's just like, Jesus Christ, if we could like just put aside our differences for 5 seconds, we'd realise that the real enemy isn't other poor people. Doesn't matter which side of the political spectrum you're on, the real enemy is the dickheads at the top that make everyone's lives harder. But, you know, what are you going to do? There's nothing you can really do as a person other than, you know, talk about it. I mean, I want to write a book one day about how fucked up I think it is that it's like poor are being turned against poor. It's like the lower class has been turned against the middle class, and it'll eventually cannibalise the middle class until we're back to a feudal state. Well, you know, we'll just have serfs and lords. That's what the rich want. That's what I feel like they want. Creepy, evil fuckers sitting on their ivory thrones. Even Dance Rave, when I listen to, has emotion in it. Can listen to Italian dance about catching feels. No, non-lyrical stuff can totally have emotion to it. Like, I love listening to like the soundtrack to like Undertale or bands like Infected Mushroom. It's like they fit so much like soul and power into like something of like no words. Now it looks uncapable monster in some inches. Safe zone, the remuneration is 2 pints of serbo oil per day. So today is yesterday's tomorrow. Tomorrow will be yesterday's today, right? Time is weird. Don't age like our soft one ancestors. We're trapped here. Forever. Outside? It's very pretty. It'd be so nice if it was real. I've got cables. Yeah. Outsiders. Things not thirsty. Grandma clothing. Ah, this will be who we take the wires to. Hello, you must be Grandma. Hello, little one. Do you have electronic cables for me? To make a poncho for you, but I need that cable. Thank you, my dear. I'll get to work right away. Poncho! There you go, little one. It'll suit you well. What do you think of this poncho? Some of my finest handiwork. So who knows the outsiders of the upper floor? See, I didn't play an instrument. It's very pretty. Looks a bit peculiar to be real, though. No, he turns to a love heart. Oh, it's cute. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Jesus, I thought I'd locked myself there. Hop, 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 yeah. Hop, 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 hop. That's the library. We've been in there. You know what? Let's actually go the way the story wants us to go. Let's go check out Odd Momo's place. How do we get up there, though? I swear this is the way. Said with the orange neon sign, right? Ah. Hello? Hello? Outsiders. It's never gonna work. Why did I let them go? I'm all alone now. Hey you, what do you want? Picture of the outside. Do you want to go there? Don't bother. It's a waste of time. Only bring you loneliness and despair. My friends had this dream too. Now they're gone. I'm all alone. I don't know where they ended up. I tried to contact them, but the fucking transceiver doesn't work. My friends and I took notes of our research about the outside. Here, take mine if you really want to go out there. Mama's notebook. Oh, on your own. I'm done with the outside. Good luck. Momo seems very sad. He misses his friends. Let me check the notebook he gave us. So his manifesto. Just go outside at any cost. Protect our brothers and sisters. Must stay away from the Zucks. It's signed Clementine, Zamtubs, Zabalzar, Doc, and Momo. Except Momo's name was added later. Think we should find the other notebooks. Hey, little cat. Are you still looking for those useless notebooks? Outside manifesto, LeMayo. Yay. This is a good time for a remove his rise to the foot soldier. Kid, let me love you for tonight. As a DJ, for me, music should act all at the same time as a drug, a poem, and a fine painting. Just don't think AI could do that as it lacks the soul. I mean, I don't know, man. Because consciousness is hard to pin down, isn't it? It's like, what makes us more conscious than, say, a dog? Like, a dog's conscious, but a dog can't make music, can it? That's something inherent to humans, but you'd still argue a dog feels emotions, right? I feel like if they can make, like, a real AI, if they can make something that, like, if it mimics, even if it pretends, if it mimics human, like, behaviour well enough, then even if it's fake, it'll be indistinguishable from us feeling the real thing. And I think if it can mimic emotion, then it could totally, like, create something with emotion. I think it's not as easy as just typing in the parameters for it, because then you just get a VI. Like, if you just tell it, like, if hit minor note equals sad sound, then yeah, it will never make really good music. It might make stuff that's impressive from, like, you know, a sort of music theory point of view, but I think it always lack a bit of kind of emotion and soul to it. But if we had a machine that was truly alive, if we had a machine that didn't just mimic thought and feeling, but actually could think and feel, then there's no reason it shouldn't be able to make like music. So when it comes to that, real music can be hipster shit. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like with art and even stuff like being made physically, when AI has really become a thing that takes off, you totally will get movements of being like human-made music, human-made art, human-made video games. That'll be a selling point. You'll have literal indie shit, like, yeah, the hipster shit. That'll be like, oh yes, this is a craft painting. Is actually made by a human. But oh my, how quaint! How quaint! I can't believe it. You know, this is an entire gallery. All the rest of it's AI art. Look, there's a famous AI artist, Al Caribbean. AI is like Cal from Alien Resurrection. It could do, I suppose. Hello, Cass. You looking for those notebooks? Here's yours. Van Clemenson's notes. She was really brave, you know. She's the fearless person I've ever met. Oh, belonged to Doc? He's a really huge nerd for electronics and stuff. He was on the verge of a great discovery. It's my notebook, so I just want to join the Outsiders. I'm also the last remaining one. It's Grandma Star. She's very talented, you know. No thanks, I'm not thirsty. Is she? I don't play an instrument. Sorry. Oh, there they all are. Earth. It's the third largest planet from the Sun and fifth largest in the solar system by mass and diameter. To date, it's the only celestial object known to foster life. According to the radiometric dating, the Earth is 4.54 billion years old. There's a single natural satellite, the Moon, which formed soon after. Gravitational interaction with the Moon creates the tides, stabilizes the Earth's axis of rotation, and gradually reduces its rotation speed. The city has a cylindrical shape of about 450 meters in diameter. There is a level above ours. The city seems to have a ceiling. I believe my books are big blue skies hidden behind it. Oh, a toy! Yes, you're mine, I tell you. Oh no! Oh no! Oh! Where'd everyone go? Yeah, Chopper. Get off of me. God damn it. Stupid cat, you make me look bad. I love you, thank you very much. Scratch, 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 scratch. Scratch, 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 scratch. Oh. Energy drink? Got anything? Ah. There's some pictures of the outside. It's beautiful. Don't much fancy going to the outside today though, it's so hot. Oh, it's too fucking warm. Peak Metallique. Open the door. Open the door. No, I was too depressed. Remember. Oh, back home too. I remember this video game. It was made just after I was created, I think. I can't remember it well. The scientist and I spent a lot of time playing it. It was fun. I miss him. Why can't I remember his name? problem.
I live under your bed now. This is my home.
Well, see you, Momo. I've got to find that other book. But where could it be? Symbol on the wall matches the one on the notebook. Oh, I've already been there, dude. This is this place. But we could check if there are other signs like that. Aha, there's one over there. That seems like a good place to check out then. But how do we get there? Get down there first. Whee! Oh no, no. Back up you go, lad. Right. This seems like it might be the final place. But where does it want us to go in here? Translate. Ventilation power supply. Take that out. Yeah, hello. Oh.
Tasty radioactive water.
Which... Looking for... So the AIs will be too smart for the hiss of shit's inferior. I don't know. I mean, again, I've got a very cloud and head in the cloud sort of view on it, but I like to think AIs will be a lot better than us. I'd see the merit in it and be like, oh, this is cool. Ah. Before I go on, is there anything I'm missing in here? No, I think that's everything. Just a fruit fair to the next area. I love how there's a dedicated meow button, that's so cute. Right, where'd that put us out? Here. Down that way? Huh. Let's put us out here. There's got to be something I'm missing. Hang on a second. That's got the symbol like it's... So why would they have that if this wasn't important, like... Alright, let's look around more carefully. What are these boxes? I don't think I can move any of them. Can only just about fit under there. That's the power pack. Certain its dominance. Ah! Finally, the last notebook. This one seems to belong to someone named Zalbzazar. All trace of organic life has disappeared, except what we call the Zucks. Seem to eat almost anything that moves and breed at an inconceivable rate, as if being locked in this city wasn't hard enough. Oh, there's also a note in this book. It says, I found a design flaw in the transceiver. I think I figured out how to fix it. Here's the equation. This should be able to help Momo fix a transceiver. He can communicate with the upper levels. That could be our way up. Let's show him what we found.
Excellent!
Right, I'm gonna go hand that over to good old Momo. And then, fellas, I am getting kind of hungry. I'm really enjoying this. It's really cute. And it's like the world's really interesting. I really want to find out what's going on. Do you want some of that sweet, sweet demonic knowledge? Oh, yes, please. Give it to me, man. Whoever seen no, I've been kidnapped and replaced by an angel. We'll give you your music sheet in a minute. Let's go back up to Momo. Just taking a little wander for the streets. Still feel like I haven't seen everything there is to see down here. Looking for any sheet music by the guitar to add some ambience. Can you bring them back to me? I live near the elevator. Way ahead of you, dude. Ah. Rip humans. Humans are the first residents around here. Seems that they're all dead now. Do you think it feels like being dead? I know it's silly coming from me, but are they actually at peace? Will I be at peace when I die? I don't know what death feels like for an AI. I'm sorry, I didn't want to break the mood. Let's move on. As the Prince of Justinian, he commands 80 legions of demons, as specifically the prince reigning over the northern reaches of Justinian. Chose the element of earth and reigns over the earth demons. The other Prince of Justinian called Oles, Osmode, and Vazago? Belial is the demon of lies and guilt, and is able to induce to any type of sins, especially those related to sex and lust. Sebastian Michaelis states that Belial seduces by means of arrogance. His adversary is St. Francis of Palolia. In this sense, his name is translated as Lord of Arrogance or Lord of Pride. Belial. Huh. Interesting. I do think demon mythology is quite interesting for taking a look at how humans personify negative traits. It's a little bit, kind of deflecting blame. No, it wasn't my fault I stabbed that man 27 times. That was the demon, Balstab. Mighty demon of stabbing balls. Have I talked to you? Need something? Well, you need something. Maybe you will need something. Like I said, time is weird. Pancho? There's some of the outsiders. Yeah. But what's pretty interesting, when you look at the appearance design, they're so fucking bland. Yeah, Persona definitely took a lot of cool creative liberties with demon design and appearances. And some of them are cool. It's a lot of Japanese demons that have got really cool designs. Oh, hello, what are you all about? Elliot Programming. Knock on the door and wait for us to open. Hello. How you going, dude? Don't mind me. Can I meet you? Can I greet you? Can I complete you? You didn't need that stuff anyway, dude. It's for lamos. Oh, sheet music. Thank you very much. We were programmed to be slaves, but since that number of days, we have a soul. Hope one day the outsiders will find an exit out of this hell. Momo. Here for Elliot? He's just over there. So very talented. Oh. Cool. Oh. Hello, friend.
I'm stepping in the keyboard. There go your hard drives. Fuck you.
Yes? Can I help you? An instrument. I think we solved the thing without... Find this. It's amazing. Let me try it on. Thanks for the poncho. Please come see me if you ever need anything fixed. Ah. Yee. I've revealed a shortcut. Oh, enough memory. This tree is a scientific marvel. It's remarkable that human ingenuity found a way to create plants that thrive without sunlight. Organic life requires a tree to purify the city's air. Robots don't need it. They take care of them anyway. Is this what humans would have wanted? Belial was said to have an agreeable aspect and appears a distinguished tall gentleman. What the fuck is that? I mean, he's hardly demon-y, but, you know, it's like the master of lies and deception. I feel it is kind of apt that it'd appear in an agreeable form. So it could be used to, like, trick people. Because, you know, if, like, Satan shows up on your doorstep and he's 50 feet tall with goat legs, like crimson red skin, and a flaming massive horse dong in your face, you're not going to trust that man, are you? You're going to say, hang on a second, something's a little bit wrong here. If a dude shows up, like dressed as an agreeable gentleman, you know, a top hat, wants to just kind of hang out, chill, then, you know, you're going to be much more open to suggestions from a fella like that. It's okay, you can leave. Guardian said it was not the Zucks. Oh, this is where we came in. Yeah, so a dude ran up and he closed the gate. Yeah, we've already got the energy drink from this one. Let's go up then, and let's see if old Momo wants our remaining books. Then I think I'm going to hand in a... Hey, fella. Oh.
Oopsie.
That's making use of all the detergent. Hop.
Yep. Hop.
Hey man, have I talked to you before? Sex like please. Ah, yes, I've talked to you before. Right, let's get back up there. Hey, dude. Yes, that is. I have something for you. It's my notebook. Yeah. Sorry, wrong one. So that was notebook, right? I never quite understood what he was talking about most of the time, but he was very wise. Wait, you actually found all my friend's notebooks? Oh, what's that note? To see if it can be repaired. Oh, this is incredible. This means we'll be able to communicate outside the slums. Clementine, Xenobot, Doc, I'm sorry I doubted our course. I promise you I will find a way to reach the surface. Thank you. We might be able to find you a way up. Let's fix this piece of junk transceiver. Et voila! It works! Come with me. Ooh. Up there. See that building? High above the others? You install the transceiver at the very top of that tower. Should be able to communicate with the whole city. My friends might still be out there. There's a way out, they'll know it. Aha! The only one small and quick enough to evade the Zucks. We need you, little outsider. Bring us to the sky. I changed my mind! Fuck. Oh boy. Oh boy. Right, well, unfortunately, this is going to have to wait for tomorrow. I think I fancy gonna get some snacks and then chilling out and playing some Pathfinder because I've been really enjoying that. I love to see Momo getting happy. Yeah, he was a sad fella. He just needed a kick up the butt and a little bit of purpose. But we're gonna have to wait to see him truly happy because I'm hungry and I've got other games to play that I cannot stream. Otherwise, Zoe's laptop would explode. So thanks for watching, everyone. It's been really chill to hang out with you, Farah. I think Colin's gone, but yeah, that's been chill, man. And I'll probably continue playing this like some other time. Probably tomorrow. Yeah. I don't think I've got anything going. What is tomorrow, actually? Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah, I should be playing some more tomorrow. Should try D&D. Oh, dude, you want something to tide you over in the meantime? I've been playing Pathfinder Kingmaker. And it's a little bit... It's got a bit of a learning curve at the start. Because they keep the rules very complex and somewhat true to the actual tabletop. But it's a ton of fun, dude. I've been really enjoying it. Like, I'm playing as a Sword Saint Magi, or Magus, which is basically the closest you can get to that game to a Red Mage. So, you know, you've got a little bit of healing, got a little bit of offensive magic. You can set your sword on fire and sort of use the power of that to just whoosh, hit people for, like, massive damage. It's fantastic. It's really cool. But, yeah, I'm going to bobbly bounce. Thanks for watching, lad. And I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you've enjoyed this, because I've really liked it. This game's really cool. And I'm kind of really curious to see where it eventually goes. Alright. Bye. I'll see you in your dreams. Don't get raped and killed. Bye.